Hello, my name is Yusef Casanova. Um, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my story, who I was, and how I ended up where I am today. Um, Let me rewind and go all the way back to when I was a child, as far back as I can remember. My mother was married. She was hooked on heroin, and as a result, I was born prematurely addicted to heroin. I suffered sexual abuses from age 4 to age 5 from men and females. And that caused me to be taken by the Department of Social Services. My brother and I, he was 3 and I was 5. And it was odd the way that happened because before that time I can't really remember having any interactions with other people of white, being Caucasian. But I woke up in the middle of the night to a white woman and a white man taking my brother and I away after they had broken into our apartment. My mother wasn't home at the time. She was alone a lot. From there, I remember going to Our Lady of Providence Children's Center.
Stop there.
When there was hundreds of kids,
Break.
and I was just one among many. I left there when I was 7. That was an orphanage.
Close my door.
From there, I went to a foster home where there was a name of Mish, and they made me call them Master. I happened to go into that place 2 times, and it was documented paperwork that stated that they weren't supposed to have any children of color, but because they were documented racist. Shortly after I was separated from my brother, they said he was ready for adoption, and I wasn't. So they took him off to a home and adopted him off, which left me quite devastated because that was the only thing I had left as a tie to the world. After that, I went back to Our Lady Providence Children's Center. I guess I was having behavioral issues, they say. And I attempted suicide by hanging when I was 9. And I had a second attempt when I was 18. I went after that to about 28 different foster homes by the age of 14, after counting the group homes, the mental health group homes, the state hospitals. I've been speaking to psychiatrists since I was 5, to the present day, being a mental health patient. And I'm currently on psychotropic medications now. I suffer from attention deficit hyper disorder, bipolar disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and I've been diagnosed with panic anxiety. I'm going to fast forward to when I was 43, suffering from lifelong mental health issues, and I was off my medication. And I was addicted to meth, and I was chronically homeless. I wake up June 7th, 2016, at 10:30 a.m. while the sun is nice and high in the sky. In my car with the sun beating on the blanket, the windows rolled up, the heat on. My clothes are wet, yet oddly enough, my skin is dry. My tongue, like a piece of dry resin, could be heard by me and the rub against the paper smoothness of the roof of my arm. I couldn't swallow, and I was having difficulty breathing. And the source of the heat I was feeling insanely seemed to be riveting and permeating from the center of my being. Like all of the heat source. That's how hot it was. And at that moment, while I'm looking at the gas gauge, reading E, the phone rang. It was the ATF. On the other end of the line was offering me obscene amounts of money. offer, you couldn't refuse. Like the horse's head in the bed.
Can you tell me about how you think they got your phone number, or how do you think they targeted you? Like, I know that they came to the community and they were asking around to lots of different people. Is that the first time that they tried to get at you?
As far as I know, it was. I wasn't really, as they say, in the game. They ran into some guy hanging outside of an office who happened to tell them that he could procure drugs and whatnot for them. And he tried, and after failing several times, he went ahead and gave them, I guess, my phone number. But, I mean, there's no investigation that I know of that went into it. The phone just started ringing.
So it was like they just went out there and just asked anybody, people standing outside at the all subs, anybody. They were just asking anybody, it seemed like. Do you know of other people in the community who you think might have been asked but maybe didn't get sucked in? Like, had you heard of other people in the community being questioned or asked about where they can get some dope or whatever, like that people trying to set them up?
No, I stayed to myself a lot.
Right. And I'm asking that sort of more because I know many other people who were targeted or who ended up being victimized by this federal sting operation. And from what we understand is that these people were unleashed on our community, and they literally went in and were just asking almost just anybody. Go ahead.
From what I understand, they targeted mostly black barbershops, black barbecue joints, black salons. They went to Kirk, to the Thomas Dale Community Center, which is notoriously known as a black community center in Kirk.
Absolutely. We learned, right, that there were 3 black CIs and 2 brown, and they were sent
Actually,
to.
there was 4. There was 4 black CIs, and there was 2 spent. Yeah.
Right, 4 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And that the brown CIs were mostly sent into the South Valley, while the black CIs were mostly sent into our community barbershop, our soul food restaurant, our community center.
Right. Okay.
So, have you talked to, or have you, and only share what you can, but do you also understand that several of the other people who were targeted and victimized by this operation have similar stories to yours? These are people who the system failed. That it feels as though these are people who were vulnerable in the community, that the system has failed.
Yes. The enhanced enforcement initiative, from what I understand, was the purpose of it was to go ahead and to identify BTOs, as they call it, drug trafficking organizations. I mean, that's what ATF and DEA and them, they do. They infiltrate ongoing criminal enterprises. And that's not what they did here in Albuquerque. They said that they told the taxpayers of Mexico that they were going to identify and target drug trafficking organizations based out of Mexico, specifically Sinaloa cartels and gang members, and gang members here and the contacts here, and they were going to identify the routes of the drugs coming into the country and the flow of currency and firearms into Mexico to fuel the drug war. And that's not what they did. And all they did was they went to the poor neighborhoods in Albuquerque. And as far as I understand, they haven't arrested to this day any Sinaloa cartel members or any gang members in connection to the drug trafficking or the arms trafficking.
Right. So it seems that most of the people that were targeted are people that were in our community that were already vulnerable, and most were addicts or were acting in desperation from one form or another of systemic poverty and racism.
Exactly, and I have a concern about that. I mean, such as myself, I'm a lifelong mental health patient. I mean, you can't, I don't think they say it's the government's action shocked the the universal sense of fundamental fairness, then, you know, then it prohibits prosecution. And from what I can tell, I mean, people are addicts, and they're suffering from an addiction, and then they're suffering, I mean, by definition, they're suffering from a compulsion that they cannot control. And then here you go waving, they go waving a bunch of money in these people's faces, and all that they can see is a fix. All they can see is satisfying this compulsion, this uncontrollable compulsion that they have. And I think that shocks the universal sense of fundamental fairness.
Absolutely. Well stated. Is there anything else that you want to offer that the people should know about? Either your own personal story, what you're enduring today?
Well, yeah, there's a lot, but most of all, right now, I want to share what the people aren't being told. They're not being told that, like, all this money that was spent by the Mexican taxpayers to cover Albuquerque and the surrounding 100-mile radius, which included Santa Fe and Los Lunas and Grant and a whole bunch of that's a lot of area to cover.
Mm-hmm.
And Albuquerque said they had a problem. ATF came in and they said, "Well, we have a solution to your problem, and this is the price tag on it." And the Albuquerque people, the people in New Mexico, paid that price tag, and then they concentrated their investigative efforts on the southeast border of Albuquerque. They didn't leave the southeast border of Albuquerque. They didn't go to the 100-mile radius surrounding that area. So Albuquerque only makes up less than 1%. I mean, that southeast border only makes up about 1% of the target area. And what happened to the other 99% of the monies that were allocated to the investigation operation?
Exactly, right? Didn't they uncover that these CIs were being paid $80,000 a year, plus all of the extras, plus all the agents, plus all the power?
Most of the confidential informants have more property and assets than the supposed drug dealers that they risk.
Exactly. And most of those CIs were CIs that were people who had gotten in trouble in other states and then went to work for the feds and have worse criminal histories, far worse than anything that the people who were swept up and preyed upon had.
I think one of them was doing a tender life or something, 20-year life sentence. They let him out of prison to go ahead and hit the streets. And they were going around getting intoxicated on illicit drugs. They were preying upon not only males that were addicted, but also women. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand.
And right now you're currently being housed in a private prison, Core Civic, private prison.
Right.
And I understand that they're not accommodating religious services. They're not.
No, the religious services. I'm Muslim, and we hold Jumu'ah every Friday, but we're the only religious group in the whole facility that is not allowed to use the chapel. Every other religious group that meets in the facility is allowed to meet in the chapel. The chapel's at the end of a long hallway, and there's not very much traffic over there, and it's quiet. So, like, we are forced to meet in the library of one of the units where there's a lot of people traffic, a lot of radio traffic, a lot of people yelling to other people in other units, and aside from that, the library has a bunch of books with a bunch of images on it, where it's haram for you to worship around images. It's forbidden for the Muslim to worship around images. So, I mean, we have to put up sheets over the bookcases to cover up all the pictures and stuff like that. Then there's not enough room in that small library for us to perform our salats, which is our prayers, because when we bend over, our buttocks is basically in the people's face that's behind us when we talk.
Because it's not accommodating enough, which, like, some people might say, right, and some people might say, oh well, when you commit a crime, that's what you get. But what we understand is that is also a human rights violations, is not providing access to religious services, or also being in a system that pushes only one fascism or facet of religion upon the people.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because as far as I understand, even in Guantanamo Bay, where they have no rights according to the Constitution of the United States, they're still given a suitable place for prayer. They're still given prayer rugs, which we're not given. They're still given kufis and prayer beads and prayer oils, and they're given a halal diet. Here, the diet is horrendous, and I personally live off fish that I get off the canteen.
And so the suffering continues. This is not about punishment. This is terrorizing humans, and major human rights violations that have happened all the way from the beginning of the sting operation, and that now continue through the incarceration system. And you've yet to be convicted of a crime.
Exactly, and they've gone down, I think, all the way down to 5 years, but just on general principle, I refuse to take a plea, even though if convicted, I'm facing a life sentence without the possibility of release.
And part of what's happened is that I understand it's almost like a punishment for having the audacity to ask for discovery, is that you were trying to get information regarding the things that happened in this situation, and as a result, the government retaliated against you for that.
Yep. But we have a very, very, very noble and fair judge, Judge Parker, and he has basically said flat out that a white horse supply in my case was similarly situated. And even though the prosecution, the U.S. Attorney's office asked the judge to reconsider that decision, he refused to visit issues already ruled upon.
So we hold hope. We stay hopeful. And I appreciate you telling your story so that people can have a deeper understanding about the things that have gone on and why Damon Martinez is not fit to hold power, that the federal government needs to be held accountable for the atrocities that it's doing to the people. And I just appreciate you being so brave to be in there and holding up the fight for the people, because your case is what helped to uncover most of this information that we've learned. And so I appreciate you standing strong, brother.
Well, thank you.
Is there anything else that
There's one
you...
other thing that
Yeah.
seems to that really bothers me about this whole situation is that there was a special agent in my case, Special Agent Russell Johnson, or Rusty as my attorney likes to call him. He's already been found pretty much to be inaccurate, for lack of a better term. And I feel that we should be moving quickly to impeach him, because his testimonies are still being used to force other people to go ahead and take pleas, and sign their lives away, when he's not a credible witness. He's lied on the stand. He's said that items of evidence didn't exist that did exist. He said that they didn't have ways of tracking the races of people or the races of the undercover agents that were involved in different cases, and then come to find out all that was not true.
Incredible.
I mean, if the judges know and the prosecution knows that this special agent, and I'm only speaking about the one in my case, I can't speak for all the rest of them, but this specific one, he handled 70 of the NCICs on the case, on the worst of the worst. So, if he's unreliable, and the NCICs are notoriously inaccurate, and I don't understand how they were allowed to proceed, or allowed to proceed at least from now on.
And that's what's so dangerous, is that these people hold power over other people's lives. Things that he does.
Even after they're found to be not credible.
Right. And they're paid government wages by our tax dollars. So we're literally paying for our own terror of our own people.
I mean, in a simple analogy, these people were paid to mow a football field, and they mowed a foot of it.
Because of racial policing. They decided that they wanted to go after black and brown bodies.
Right. And the paperwork some of the paperwork that I have, some of the discovery that I've been given, goes ahead and shows a nexus to specifically ethnic minority neighborhoods, specifically black and brown. And it shows a pattern of the undercover agents and confidential informants ping-ponging from literally a black neighborhood to a brown neighborhood. From the brown neighborhood back to the black neighborhood. From the black neighborhood back to the brown neighborhood. Back to the black neighborhood, back to the brown neighborhood.
So
Never did they once go to a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood, such as Carlisle, Montgomery, where it has the highest rate of violent crime and the highest rate of
methamphetamine.
In Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so to have somebody like Damon Martinez tell the public that he did not focus on black and brown bodies is a lie based on the evidence that we've seen so far.
Yes.
I appreciate you helping us to tell the people what's really going on and to tell the truth about what happened. And I'm going to put this on our page, and we're going to continue to let people know the real story about what happened. And we appreciate you being so strong. And
Well, I appreciate you too. And I just like to say that this is the time. There's no better time than now. You know, with all that's going on. You know, Bobby Wood, Stephen Clark, Meek Mills, those two brothers in California at the Starbucks. There's a lot going on.
absolutely.
And, we need to be heard. But one last thing I'd like to add is the fact that what the ATF did was a violation of the Equal Protection Clause. You know, the law is supposed to be applied equally, and the Equal Protection Clause was written in 1868. You know, 5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. So after the slaves were freed, 5 years later, Congress came to the conclusion that African Americans or descendants of slaves are being treated more harshly than whites, that they're given harsher punishments in the penal system than whites, and therefore they need to be protected as a suspect class. And because of that, now here today, I am bringing to the forefront that it continues to go on today, even though it's never been proven in a court up until this time, over 150 years.
Incredible.
So I think it's about time that they answer for the crimes that they've been committing, not that they just committed.
Exactly. Thank you for pointing that
And
out.
I would call that an ongoing criminal enterprise.
Thank you.